Alright, well, that's about as good of an introduction as you're going to get. I'm studying entrepreneurial film here. Before I get started, there's a few things I'd like to thank. I'd like to thank Mr. Stephen McAlpine, one of my advisors, Mr. John Sturgeon, and Mr. David Friedenson, who couldn't be here. He's in New York. But honestly, couldn't be at this point without your guys' help and support, so thank you. I'm going to show you a video, and this is all original music, all original footage, and I did all the editing myself, so I hope you enjoy it.
And now, fly!
So, what you just saw there was an advertisement for an event sponsored by a shop, namely called Random Racing. And it was for an event called Drift Nirvana. And what drifting is actually a type of action sport. And an action sport is a popular term for certain activities perceived as having a high level of inherent danger, usually involving speed, height, high level of physical exertion, highly specialized gear, or spectacular stunts. But the true hallmark of an action sport is this countercultural aura, or a rejection of authority and the status quo by the disaffected youth, namely the technology-driven, short attention span Generation Y. And, that's us. So what Generation Y has become a highly coveted consumer group that is difficult both to reach and influence. And they've actually started seizing upon activities in which they can claim as their own and started moving away and rejecting more traditional team sports in increasing numbers. So this led me to ask, what factors should I consider when I'm making a video ad targeted towards these people and specifically towards the auto enthusiast and action sports participants? So first off, the main problem and main purpose is that we have to appeal to Generation Y. And like I said, that's very technology based. Everything you can find at the click of a button now, and that's how Generation Y is. Generation Y is also controlling the United States expendable income for the next 20 to 30 years, and there's a lot of people that want a little bit of that money. But Generation Y faces the same problem that everyone faces today, which is media overload. On any given day, on average, you'll see anywhere from 250 to 3,000 ads. And that's anything from a shirt logo to a full-blown TV commercial. And when someone's trying to sell you something 3,000 times a day, you tend to start to block it out. And that's a big problem when it comes to advertising. Now, creating the advertisement itself, there's obviously two disciplines. One, we have fine arts, which is the video production, graphic design, music, and writing for media, which is what you need to take and convey an idea, instill emotion, and get your message across. You need these things because that's what fine arts does. And of course, when you've got the business aspect that's worried about the research and development of the actual product or service, the marketing objectives, associated budget, and the consumer appeals, because you want to know what your customer is thinking. Now, how I went about solving the problems that those two disciplines face through my methodology is one, a cultural analysis. I've been building and racing cars and going to these events that I just advertised since I was 14. So I got plenty of experience in what they do, how they do it, and why they do it. Another is literature research. I looked at existing marketing campaigns as well as media communication experts' theories and reportings on what's going on today and how they think to be more effective. Trend analysis, I looked at successful marketing campaigns such as that of Anheuser-Busch or Audi of America. For example, Audi, instead of highlighting their car and their details and what's different about that, is that they've gone and attacked Mercedes-Benz and BMW, claiming that they're the stereotypical old guy luxury car. And also practical application, as you saw in the video, because if you haven't worked with deadlines, producers, sound people, a crew, you haven't actually sat down and had to plan all that out, you have no idea what you're getting yourself into. And now, to actually start and solve the problem is when the integration comes into effect. I want to start with a complex and multi-causal explanation because regardless of what you're selling, it's now completely different. Traditional advertising is no longer effective. People aren't really interested in what you have to sell. For example, there's been a series of studies, including one from the Harvard Business School, that pretty much states that probing the unconscious mind of the consumer has tremendous value to advertising. For example, learning that a communications device or even a personal care product invokes deep thoughts and feelings about social bonding, this is very helpful to research and development experts. That goes into design when they're thinking about what they want to make. It's no longer about let's make a product and then sell it. Let's make a product that people already want to buy. Okay? The basic idea of connection is central to the product's value proposition and becomes a more profound basis for developing marketing strategy than, say, technical superiority or long-lasting benefits. Now, while the latter attributes are important, it's because they serve the deeper needs of connection or social bonding. And that's why people identify with a specific brand versus a specific product. Okay? So